We are talking with professional handicapper Doug Upstone. He's going to give us some false favorites and top underdogs for week one of the NFL. Doug Upstone, thanks for being back with us. How you doing for NFL week one?
Oh, Peter, I can't wait. The preseason was good. Learned a lot watching some of the different games and looking at the different teams, and of course, did a ton of work just following up all the teams. But hey, it's time to get some action going here. Let's see what we can do.
All right, Doug Upstone, I love your presentation and general deportment. But enough yapping. Let's get to your first false favorite or top underdog.
Well, we're going to start with a top dog, Peter, and we're going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs on the road at Houston. Now we see a spread of only -1 on the Texans. So that tells me the odds makers are not all that convinced that Houston is really the better team in this case. And I like what Kansas City has done. You know, they have completely revamped their passing attack with Alex Smith, brought in a number of good receivers like Jeremy Maclin and also Jason Avant to go along with the very good tight end and Travis Kelce. I think they'll be much improved offensively. And in fact, I'm even going to guarantee they're going to have a touchdown pass to a wide receiver this year after last year, Peter. Now, in addition, I also look at Houston. And, while we all love J.J. Watt and what they could bring to the table, they were only 21st against the pass last year, and I don't see enough improvement on that unit. Now, Alex Smith, of course, is only just an average quarterback, but if he's average, what is Brian Hoyer, the starting quarterback for Houston? I think he's worse. I think he's in the bottom 25%. I like Andy Reid, who is 6-3 as a road underdog with the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are going to take this outright, Peter.
Yeah, I hear you, Doug. My initial lean when I saw this line in the matchup was to Houston at -1, but I completely agree with you. The line is a little bit curious and possibly a little bit telling. I'm going to look into this a lot more before I make any kind of decision on it. All right, Doug, what's your second false favorite or top dog for us?
Well, we're going to stick with the dogs. And, Peter, this is going to be a little bit of an unusual one, but we're going to go with Oakland plus the points, get Cincinnati. Now, the Raiders, as we all know, is one of the most dysfunctional franchises in football, for over a decade. Terrible ownership, general managers who have no clue, hiring coaches that are even worse. Now, the one thing they did do right, though, is they did bring in Jack Del Rio. Now, I'm not saying Jack Del Rio is a top-end coach, but I think he's the right guy to help start a program and get them going in the right direction and will help them eliminate a lot of the stupid mistakes that this team has made over the last several years on the field. I think against Cincinnati, they'll be able to run the ball. I think with Derek Carr, he has more weapons to throw the ball down the field. And I think their defensive front seven can shake up Andy Dalton when he drops back to pass. And who knows, might even throw a couple of picks. We've seen that act before. Cincinnati is only 1-6 against the spread at Oakland the last 7 times they've been there. And this time, Oakland, only the second time since 2003, Peter, will start the season 1-0. Take the Raiders with the points as an outright winner.
All right, Doug. Well, with Andy Dalton, you never quite know what you're going to get, but yeah, that is looking pretty tempting. I have to admit myself, Oakland plus 3.5, the professional handicapper that I previewed the game with, also did give that one as a free pick in our video. All right, and what's your third false favorite or top dog for us, Doug?
Well, now we're going to go to the false favorite, and this time we're going to look at the Dallas Cowboys as a false favorite. Now, a lot of people are really high on Dallas, and it's very understandable. Had a great season last year, and coming into this year, yes, there's a change, but there's still a top-notch team with most of their returning players. But when I look at the New York Giants, they kind of caught fire at the end of last year with their offense as Eli Manning and his receivers, who he has a plethora of, they really started to click. And I think that will continue into this season for the Giants. Getting 6 points, I think, is really a tremendous value. And then I also look at Dallas, who lost Orlando Scandrick in the secondary, who's actually their best cover guys, so he's out. And then the new three-headed monster to run the ball for Dallas, boy, I'm just not sold. In spite of how talented that offensive line is, when you have 3 different running backs, the continuity, how everything flows just gets broken up because each guy's style is different. I also have to consider Dallas as a home favorite, Peter, is 6-20 against the spread. So to me, they are a false favorite. I think they'll probably win the game, but I think we're looking at a 2 to 3 point outcome.
Well, I'll tell you what, Doug Upstone, you don't have to work too hard to sell me on fading Dallas as a big home favorite. I've been doing that for years successfully. This year, though, in this situation, I don't know. That offensive line is so strong, and then with Tony Romo, playing well, and then the receivers, Des Bryant, they can stretch the field so well, and the Giants being so banged up. This time, it makes me nervous. I don't know, Doug Upstone. I think for me, it's either going to be Dallas or a pass. But certainly, in general, fading Dallas as a home favorite is something I've been looking to do for many years. Doug Upstone, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again very soon.